Done. I am proud of what you have done.
Medical Director of the hospital, Jaf Momo, appreciating the intervention of the federal government, noted that it would further strengthen their capacity to manage COVID-19 and any other infectious disease.
In terms of our capacity now to manage every infectious disease, including Lassa fever, we are well equipped, we have the manpower, and we are sure that nothing will take us by surprise again.
The intervention is expected to put to rest challenges faced in the health sector for better service delivery. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
Away from health to other news now, early rain usually catches many unawares, especially with regards to its volume, massive flooding, blocked drainages and disruption of the day's activities. Asabetanim William report that this was the situation for many residents of the FCT who witnessed the early morning downpour that left many stranded.
From Area 1 to Utako and other parts of Abuja, the story is the same. FCT residents woke up to the sound of raindrops. Some of the residents who spoke to NTA News said that rainfall has further heralded the hot season, which is usually experienced in March, even as expectations were high over drop in temperature levels.
I'm happy as it rains, so that it will help the nature, especially our body system. We need it, and precisely, it is a time for agriculture.
The weather is good. It's good as rainfall today because in the afternoon now there will be heat.
For me, I like the rain. The rain was fantastic. It made the weather to be calm.
The rain was good. I like it, but it not allow us to come to school early today.
The roads in Area 1 was hit by the downpour, which moved waste matter, amongst others, to obstruct smooth flow of water in parts visited, as some persons were seen making efforts to drain away water with buckets. Some residents say, as the rains are here, people should make extra efforts in keeping their environments clean so as to forestall cases of flooding and also the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Asabetanim Williams, NTA News.
The importance of speaking French language cannot be overemphasized, as it serves as a vehicle for communication between francophone countries surrounding Nigeria. Odiri Oboru Arutere in this report takes a look at the second international language spoken worldwide.
Nigeria be bordered by francophone countries like Republic of Benin, Cameroon, Niger and Chad. Experts say diplomatic and trade relationship will be better enhanced and sustained in French language is widely spoken in the country. Nigerians are advised not to overflog the notion that there are no benefits in making French a second official language. Adding that what is important to know is the numerous benefits of multilingualism, that is, having good knowledge of at least 2 international languages as official language.
Learning French is very important. It's a growing language in the world, and the countries where we have a growth of population and growth of economy are French-speaking countries.
French students describe French language as a social and economically powerful language.
For school purposes, and I also like their culture. I find it very interesting. Mainly their dishes and their perfumes too they have great scent.
I love the language. And like I said earlier on, I said I want to use the language for my as a language for masters. I don't want to study in English or with English language.
I'm studying ingénieur d'aérospatial, aerospace engineering. So it gives me the advantage to be able to work in francophone countries like France, Benin Republic.
I chose French language because I find myself in an environment where it is required.
By and large, the need for Nigeria to join her counterparts across the globe in the trend of bilingualism, while other neighboring countries have at least 2 to 4 official languages. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Countries around the world have used gender mainstreaming approach to achieve good governance and gender equality. In this special report, Deborah Gazaji-Maika spoke to a cross-section of women who observed that women involvement in decision-making in Nigeria is low, hence the need to encourage women participation in governance.
Nation-building process revolves around economic and political stability of a nation. Studies show that economic development of any given nation can be strongly elevated when women enter the marketplace. To this end, some countries of the world have explored gender mainstreaming approach to achieving good governance.
In having a voice to talk to the duty bearers about what is your right in this country. Inequities in access to health care, inequities in access to education, and after people have sweat to even be educated, to get the jobs, they say, whose child are you?
It's not just about few people coming together to come and make noise. No, we're going to make impact in various positions as we are, and we're also coming together as a group, non-governmental group, to engage youths, to educate youths on how to plan proper dialogue with the government.
Impact of women in public and private institutions, according to reports, have made a significant difference because of their firm administrative disposition, which to an extent corruption is minimal. Therefore, countries of the world, including Nigeria, have been advised to carry women along in the decision-making processes for the development of the country. Deborah Gazaji-Maika, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory has taken steps to ensure hawkers stay clear of overhead bridges in ridding Abuja of crimes and criminality. Asabetanim Williams has more.
Barely 2 weeks after an inspection by the FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello raising concerns over measures to curb the menace of hawking on bridges, the administration of the territory had long warned of dangers of not using the bridges, but many residents will not obey. Therefore, the administration is enforcing the order by clearing the bridges of hawkers and destitutes.
Act of 1997 that gave us the power to prosecute them. So if they are arrested, we arrest their properties and then we hand them over to court. It's now the decision of the court, either to confiscate the items completely or to give them fine and release their items. Once you hand over to court, you don't talk, you don't say anything again.
Residents commended the FCT administration for the move to keep the capital city clean.
Because we don't have where to take our goods to. We can't afford the shop.
People who sell on the bridge, like you're in Nigeria, anyway it's a way, but it's not too ideal. Because first and foremost, it's slow movement of people. Then also, like what you just said, is you can see, before you know, pocket picker will start working. Especially some crowded places.
I just noticed that the pedestrian bridge that we use every day is detaching from each other. That is why I call on his attention to go and take it. And if nothing is being done about it, one day we might be climbing on it and it collapses.
Those activities should be tamed. It should be tamed, and in the sense that it should be coordinated in a way that it doesn't cause a kind of commotion between the people passing and those who are selling.
Minister of the FCT Mohammed Musa Bello visited the pedestrian bridge in Lugbe, a suburb along the airport road. There he reiterated that such bridges were constructed for easy movement and passage of residents instead of getting hit by crossing the highway. Asabetanim Williams, NTA News.
If you just joined us, this is the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. We'll be back after these messages. Please stay with us.
Please cover your mouth with your bent elbow like this. Auntie, cover my mouth for what? Corona don't go from Nigeria. I beg, Auntie, go disturb my life. No. Coronavirus pandemic is not over. Don't relent in observing safety protocols and good hygiene. Frequent hand washing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Practice good respiratory etiquette. including covering your coughs and sneezes. Avoid close contact with a sick person. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces.
You're absolutely right. Coronavirus is still with us.
Please, and remember, coronavirus pandemic is not over. Protect yourself and others to stay safe.
This message is brought to you by NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station.
Thank you for staying with us on the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. At a period, the federal government is campaigning for diversification towards making agriculture the mainstay of the nation's economy. Yaba, a hinterland community in Abuja Area Council of the FCT, provides a perfect fit for actualizing such initiative. Ilyas Onotu Yakubu in this special report brings us to speed on the agricultural economic potentials that abound in Yaba community.
Yaba is blessed with vast arable land and water body to make agriculture thrive in plant-based produce and fishery. Coupled with this, the community is laced with over 200 kilometers of motorable road to link it with markets spread across the FCT and neighboring states to its farm produce. These opportunities residents of the community have taken advantage of in the last few years with a call for assistance to help improve production and services.
Some of us will have to use pumping machine, irrigation machines, and the other machinery input of the agriculture. There's a place that tractor will not enter. We need this power tiller machine.
The farmers would not speak to camera, and as at the time of our visit, there was no fishing expedition allowed because the fishing channels are secured reserves. However, Mohammed Suleiman, a member of Yaba Traditional Council, tells me that the viability of the community in commercial rice and maize production, fishery, and availability of market has over the years bettered the economic prospect of households.
Now, we don't have much road challenges. All our product to import it easily to the nearby market.
We can have some institution, agricultural institution, some institutions that are laid down basically on agriculture. It will really help the community a lot.
Yaba residents commends the present FCT administration for giving attention to the road networks to link them to national grid, but appeals for assistance towards addressing the farmers' headers challenges affecting their output. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
I'm still looking at communities. Dusen Al-Haji has developed to become a popular satellite town in the nation's capital, Abuja. This is why I, on the countryside correspondent Abdullahi Ajia, will be focusing attention on this community with rich warriors who were never conquered by an external force.
Dusen Al-Haji, originally called Dusekpe in Bagi language, is just some kilometers away from the city center, Abuja, off the Kubwa Expressway. The community-owned Dabuari Area Council has it that the name Dusen Al-Haji was from the corruption of the name Dusen Haraji in Hausa language, meaning a center of tax collection in the olden Abuja Emirate under Suleja.
Today we're privileged to be at the Chief Palace in Duse Alhaji, and his insights and background into the history and how this place was created was very interesting.
According to the history, when our forefathers left Kaduna State from a village known Duse in Kaduna, they settled upon the mountain that you see outside there. Now Duse Pe on top of mountain.
From the Esu Dusekbe James Shau, we got the perspectives on how to go about the exploration of the community with its distinctive history of migration and creation.
Because of that, we are not noticed, especially before now. But it was when I came on the throne, I said, no, if the name Dusepe was gradually, becoming unnoticed, but I decided to city, because when you want to get people out of context or out of history is to hide their identities.
Rising farmers but have now embraced trading and business with no discrimination among the people. Peaceful coexistence has shaped the people's hospitality to all visitors.
Water from the government.
And today, Dus and Alhaji has grown so densely populated, which calls for a more deliberate effort
and tradition. So that is what we've been doing annually since I came to throne as a chief.
On the parts of social amenities, the community has witnessed some infrastructural growth, such as electricity, schools, and roads. However, they are in need of potable water, despite the community's proximity to the lower Osuma Dam.
And talking sports now, FCT Permanent Secretary Olushade Adeshola says the administration will do everything within its available resources to cater for the welfare of its athletes who are in camp preparatory to the 20th edition of the National Sports Festival in Edo.
Of auto to incite them to know that they are going there not as spectators but as spectators.
The visit of the FCT Permanent Secretary and team officials was described as a morale booster to the athletes who promised to do the territory proud. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
And on Sports Brief, Warri Wolves have sacked their technical advisor over poor performance as Chelsea and Bayern Munich complete the last 8 of the UEFA Champions League. Details with Rashidat Balogun on Sports Brief.
In the results of the match week 10 fixtures of the Nigerian Women Football League, Rivers Angel takes their first loss of the season, going down 2-1 to FC Robo. Bayelsa Queen continue on a high with a 1-0 victory over Pelican Stars, while Ibom Angels lost 0-1 to Delta Queens. Meanwhile, Warri Wolves have relieved their technical advisor Evans Ogeyi of his job after the team's goalless draw with Jigawa Golden Stars in the MPFL Week 16 on Wednesday. The Warri-based side failed to win in their last 4 matches, leaving them 17 on the table. Elsewhere, Robert Lewandowski was on the score sheet again as Bayern Munich cruised into quarter-finals of the Champions League with another win over Lazio, just as Chelsea humbled Atletico Madrid 2-0 to advance to the last 8, 3-0 on aggregate. In cycling, this year's Tour of Britain will run from Harwich to Edinburgh as 3 new stages are confirmed, with the event taking place from 5th to 12th of September. Last year's race was cancelled because of the coronavirus pandemic. With Sport Brief, Rashidat Balogun, NTA News.
And to conclude the 1 p.m. news, here is a reminder: continue to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols to keep safe and prevent the spread of the deadly